You're exactly where I wanted you to be. Yes.
This article really caught my eye. Fast and Furious and way less expensive. A star film franchise gets a reality check. Subheading here, long-running film series are sputtering at the box office. Universal wants to cut the budget of its most important franchise by $140 million. So
the idea that you would cut a budget that much and still have a budget is crazy.
Yes, I mean yes.
That's 4 separate blockbuster movies right there.
That's
put in. Yeah.
So
Insane.
at the Auto Racing Festival Fuel Fest, this article is by Ben Fritz. Vin Diesel took to the stage and said he had just met with Universal Pictures, who urged him to deliver the next Fast and Furious movie by April 2027. Side note, I don't think Vin Diesel is a reliable narrator, okay? I'm just gonna put that out there. I don't know that they're like, hey, Deez, you gotta give us the new Fast and Furious, baby. But he says that that's what they did, and then he says, I said under 3 conditions. To return the franchise to Los Angeles, delve back into street racing culture, and reunite Toretto with his former partner, who is played by the late Paul Walker. That is what you're going to get, he yelled as he walked off the stage. Behind the scenes, however, the conversation around the future of the Fast and Furious franchise is very different. According to people familiar with the matter, the next sequel doesn't have an approved script or a release date. Most of the cast don't have deals to appear in it. Executives at Universal aren't even certain they'll make the movie unless they and the filmmakers can find a way to produce it far more economically than the last installment, which barely earned a profit, end quote. This is...
I love it.
This is insane. So okay,
I love that you end your movie. You call your movie part 1 and you end it with a cliffhanger, and there's just no plan.
I mean, we need to talk about the ending of Fast 10. So if you have not seen Fast 10, tune out or whatever. But it is going to be fucking wild if they end the franchise in the way that I did it. Because if you'll recall, right, what happens at the end of Fast 10, I'm just going to list a couple random things.
Yeah.
Okay? First of all, Gal Gadot shows up. A person that we thought had been killed in, I believe it was the 6th film in the franchise.
We mourned her. We mourned her for years. Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shows up. I don't know if you guys, Luke Hobbs shows up in the mid-credit scene.
That's not the end of the movie though. That's after
Right.
the explosive finale.
Doesn't Vin Diesel stare down a tidal wave? Isn't that?
Well, no, he's driving down a dam
Off the edge
as
of
it's
a dam.
exploding behind him. Yes. What other franchise is doing this? Come on. I do think the best thing that could happen to this franchise though, is somebody saying no to some things and lowering that budget, because we've talked about this. When you got to struggle, when you have to struggle to tell the story, maybe that's your only time to like actually make it good, because they have been too bloated for too long, right? They went to space. They the budgets have skyrocketed.
They have apologized for that. They have the head of Universal Film said, "I'm sorry we sent them into space. We can never get that genie back," end quote, she says, about sending them
for the finale.
That's Donna Langley, by the way, who's head of film at Universal.
I mean, listen, space is a wonderful thing. Have you guys seen the poster for the new season of 911?
That's right.
It's one of the main characters in space. The poster says
Academy Award nominee Angela Bassett.
In space, no one can hear you call 911. Yes, it's amazing.
That's pretty good.
Okay, to space. They went to space. Okay.
I like that the 3 prongs that I think are very funny here are we need to make the budget lower.
Yeah,
just a bit.
We have no deals for any of the stars. 3rd prong, we made a promise to the audience that all these characters would come back.
That's true.
Guess what? Also, those are not compatible prongs. Those are, you want your budget to go down, and yet you have an actor being like, you sort of need me in that next movie, don't you? That's going to cost you.
Well, here's what they say. Okay, people close to the next Fast and Furious hope it will start shooting next spring.
Sure.
And come out in 2027.
He is 58 years old right now. Just, man.
As Diesel suggested, they want it to take place largely in LA, though shooting here increases budgetary challenges because of higher labor costs and less generous tax credits. The thing I just talked about earlier, by the way. The filmmakers also hope they return to the series to its street racing roots. They haven't said whether they'll use technology to bring back Walker, who died during the filming of Furious 7. The most recent draft of the script, informally known as Fast X Part 2, would cost about $250 million to make. The filmmakers still need to find about $50 million of cost savings. To get there, they're considering shooting in fewer global locations and giving some cast members smaller roles if they appear at all. Though Universal hasn't made deals with many of the movie's actors, their agents aren't expecting raises, end quote. So that's good. That's good. They're not expecting raises. So anyway.
I thought they said they're not expecting races.
And by the way, people are also hoping like that there will be spin-offs, like a live-action TV series and spin-offs.
That's how you should do it.
Certain characters and stripped-down, lower-budget movies. That would be great. You know, one of the filmmakers of Fast and Furious follows me. Every day, I just want to like DM him and be like, dude, what is going on here? But I don't.
Yeah.
But every day I want to, because I'm like, I really need to know what's going on. But yes, as Devindra indicated, Vin Diesel was driving off the edge of a dam as it exploded behind him. Hobbs shows up. Gal Gadot's character, Giselle shows up. No explanation for how she survived the events of Fast and Furious 6.
Also, nobody wanted her there because by that point, Gal Gadot is not a cast member people are really wanting to see. She is persona
non grata in many ways these days. So I can't believe one of the most storied franchises in Hollywood history that generated over $7 billion might end that way. That is unprecedented. I think.
Here's the thing about this franchise, which we have to reiterate every single time. This franchise was dead in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Diesel didn't come back for Too Fast, Too Furious.
Or Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. Well, no, he came back for Tokyo Drift.
At the end. He came back at
because
the end.
they gave him the rights to it. He was smart that way. But Tokyo Drift, essentially a straight-to-DVD movie. It probably got a theatrical release, but that thing was made on a low budget for watching at home.
But a surprise hit because
Justin Lin resurrected it. Like
he's a fucking badass. Yep.
He's a badass filmmaker who can make great action scenes. Like, I don't know if you guys have watched Tokyo Drift recently. That's a fun ass movie.
Yep.
The legacy of that movie lives on. Like it's still in TikTok songs and everything. And then they built up the mythology together with Diesel's own like geekiness around this too. Like he and Lin like together did this. I can imagine there is an action filmmaker out there right now who's like, oh, you're driving down a dam, huh? With your son in the passenger seat? You reintroduce The Rock? We have a $100 million, $150 million less budget. Challenge accepted. Let's go. Let's do this. I would love to see that resurrection happen because this franchise shouldn't even be here. Like when they came back with Fast and Furious, the fourth one, we were like, it's fine, but the budget wasn't big enough. Fast Five was such a thing, like such a massive moment.
The article credits Fast Five with like really juicy. The Fast Five was the tipping point for this franchise.
One of the best action movies ever made.
It is
like
amazing.
Fast Five.
It is amazing.
Is amazing and like showed what you could do with this franchise. And then it got too big, right? And then Justin Lin got fed up with dealing with the D's. But there are ways. Cars go fast. Cars go fast. That is inherently cinematic. Somebody can save this, even if they just stay in LA and shoot chase scenes around LA. There's ways to make this work. And I'm looking at like the guys who do the guy who did the Lost Bullet franchise in France, which has done amazing action at really, really low budgets. There are ways to make this work once you get the egos out of the equation. And unfortunately, it is all tied to Vin Diesel's ego because this is his baby, right? I think he has complete control over this franchise.
Well, it's a good thing between The Rock, Vin Diesel, and Jason Statham. There's no big egos working in this movie.
Yeah, counterpoint, let it die. Let it die.
Sure, let it die. We're just talking about this industry and like what this industry's on the ropes. You know what could save this industry, guys?
Okay.
A successful return to form. To me, like
you cannot
the
make
future,
an appeal to the industry.
The future I want to see, but the future I want to see. I don't know, man. How much money did Fast Five make? And then the follow-up sequels, I think they all made over $1 billion. The sort of like narrative I would love to see is this franchise to have that final gasp of like, okay, we come back with a leaner, meaner movie that's actually good. I would love to see that. Like, as a fan of what works with this franchise, like, people want to see it. It has a fandom. It is still a very rare thing. In the global landscape of action filmmaking, like even the MCU was not nearly as diverse as this series has been, and I think it all means something. It all counts for something. So I'd love to see it resurrected. I don't just want to see it die. And also, I don't know. I think there is somebody out there who can who would want to take on this challenge. I don't know if Louis Leterrier cares at this point because he is a big budget, action filmmaker.
Well, he got Fast 10 Part 1 over the line.
Got it done.
And that's
done
impressive.
like over like he had to write that script like over a weekend, right? Or finish the script.
Yeah, I think that's right.
They call it because Justin Lin walked out.
They flew him in and he wrote it on the plane.
Working on the script as he was working on the script flying back in.
So okay. In a moment, I'm going to ask you guys to predict whether or not Fast 10 Part 2 will actually happen. But before we get to that, I don't know the whole story of what happened behind the scenes here. But Devindra, if I had to guess, it's Vin Diesel's ego. Like I think that is
absolutely
is the thing that is why that is the reason why there is no Fast 10 Part 2 right now.
I have talked to multiple people who've worked on several movies tied to Diesel, and they say the biggest asshole ego they've ever encountered in Hollywood is Vin Diesel. So
wow,
yeah, it's unfortunate.
The problem is if this is really the final movie in this franchise, the bookend, the swan song, he's going to be even more precious about it and more egotistical about it and more controlling. And so I love I love this idealistic version of some person coming in, but the problem with somebody like that who's young and hungry is that they have no clout to stand up to him with.
Right.
For sure.
And I mean, Diesel ends up shadow directing the movie and
pushing the director around.
That's why Justin Lin walked away.
Yeah, that's why Justin Lin walked away. He's like, I'm too rich for this shit. Like, I don't need to do this anymore. But okay, so let's make a prediction. I might clip this. It's October, first week of October 2025. Okay, I'm going to ask you to predict two things. Number one, will Fast 10 Part 2 happen? And number two, will it come out as people hope it will come out, which is, I think, in summer of 2027. Okay, so two separate questions. Will Fast 10 Part 2 happen? And if it does happen, assuming yes, then will it come out in April of 2027, which is the date that they're hoping to deliver the movie by? Okay.
Which is two years from now. Less than 2 years from now. Okay.
Less than 18 months from now. All right, Devindra Hardawar, let's start with you. Do you think Fast 10 Part 2 will happen?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to make that date, so I will not put money on that. I will say, I think it may happen in a way we don't expect. I think there's entities with money right now who want to be bigger deals in the movie business. A certain fruit company just spent a lot of money on a car movie that did really well for them.
Whoa, Chiquita Banana made a car movie?
Chiquita Banana, yeah.
Fruit of the Loom. Get it right.
That's an underwear company, Jeff.
But I could see if the studio's like, I don't want to spend $300 million on this. Can somebody chip in half or something else? I could see it working in a different way.
I think what you're saying is the Saudi Vision Fund, or what is it?
It probably will be the Saudi Vision Fund.
It's something else.
Yeah,
it's the Saudi Global Fund or the Council of Economic and Development Affairs. Anyway, whatever it is. Okay, so maybe Saudi Arabia will fund the next Fast 10. But you're saying you think it will be done. Do you think it'll be done by April of 2027?
I didn't say that. No.
Shot on the mean streets of Dubai, subbing in for Los Angeles.
They did do that. They went to Dubai.
Did they go to Dubai?
They threw. I don't know if it was Dubai, but they threw a car through a skyscraper to another skyscraper.
Yeah, I remember.
What other franchise is doing this? Where's the fun in action filmmaking these days?
Say it like it's a good thing.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing.
You keep saying things that I agree with, but then you say it like in the opposite way that I agree with.
Jeff.
We used to have fun with action movies that weren't superheroes, and then they turned them into superheroes, but
All right, Jeff. Do you think Fast 10 Part 2 will be made?
Here's the thing, Dave. If you're clipping this, you never play it if it doesn't happen, right? So only a fool will say it doesn't happen.
I guess when on the final episode of the Filmcast, whatever that is, whether it's in a month or 15 years from now.
Well, before the fall of
if I say it never
civilization.
happens, then it never happens. Nobody hears me being right. I actually do think it will happen. There's too much potential money to be made.
Yes.
And that's going to motivate folks. I don't think there's a shot in hell that it comes out in 2027. But maybe.
All right. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it's not going to happen. Just so I can.
You were literally just walking through the ashes of LA. And you're like,
this
movie could be a good thing. For
I
the
think
movie
Fast
industry.
10 Part 2, it's October 2025. I think Fast 10 Part 2 will never get made. It will certainly not reach its April 2027 current target
No
release
chance
date.
at that.
No chance.
And that is because that would be the absolute funniest outcome for this.
Disney just made Tron Ares.
Yeah.
That franchise, nope, very few people want to see. They've spent a lot of money in the last Tron movie, and it was an epic failure. So it's like
Davinci
they will throw money
right.
at things.
Franchises are valuable to the people that have money. And nobody's going to let this franchise that has a potential to squeak out some more cash just languish, even if they have to deal with Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're right about that, but I just think it would be really, really funny if that's where it ended. Like,
I do think that would be hilarious.
This franchise is one of the most profitable franchises, or certainly highest revenue generating franchises in Hollywood history.
Yeah.
And for it to just end on a massive cliffhanger where nothing is resolved.
Yeah.
I just think would be absolutely hilarious. Like that would be incredible. Where, hey, we introduced the guy back that people had beef with in the show, and also a woman that died, and also we killed off the main character. Maybe no one believes he's dead.
They did kill his brother for no reason. But
just fuck it, and that's it. This forever. Just this like the longest fuck it off into the distance.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the plan all along, like Thelma and Louise. They just want to leave in the middle of the air. Yeah.
Man, I also, by the way, guys, if you recall, this came out at about the same time as the last Spider-Verse movie. And remember they promised like, oh, the next one's coming in 9 months. It's been almost 3 fucking years, guys.
Animation's hard.
I'm just saying, like, here's my recommendation to filmmakers out there, because I know many of them listen to the Filmcast After Dark behind the Patreon paywall. Don't make a cliffhanger for your movie, because you think that next one is coming in 6 months. But best case scenario for Fast 10, it's 4 years. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
And probably longer. And in my opinion, never. So just tell a whole story. That's what I have to say. Tell a whole story in the movie. We have other things for telling incomplete stories that continue. It's called television. It's called streaming. We have other ways of having long-form serialized storytelling.
But what if they take a concept and chop it up into several movies where they're going to make the other one? Then can you leave a cliffhanger like 28 years later?
Absolutely. Yes. That was
because they had a plan.
Have you heard me complain about that? Yes.
Yes, actually. Yes. Yes. Specifically that.
But only because the ending was so jarring. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video of the Filmcast. Check out these other videos that we have available, and be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get other videos from us in the future.
You can also go to thefilmcast.com to catch all of our audio podcast versions of all of our episodes.
And support this podcast at patreon.com/filmpodcast, where you can sign up for ad-free episodes and exclusive After Darks.
Thanks so much to everyone who makes the Filmcast possible.